forgotten half of the stuff.
Well, you heard Mom just say she's forgotten half of it, but what do you remember about our Murgatory episode, Mom?
I think I remember at the beginning, so you see the boat bobbing along the water, and then he gets to where Q and, what are the names again? Q and...
Kenzie and Tiff.
Kenzie and Tiff. And it's like, drop your buffs. So I'm thinking, there's a merge. They're going to merge. So they drop their buffs and they're ready for the merge.
And it's the happiest we've seen those three all season. They're like, we took those buffs off. We threw them in the fire. We don't want to be Yanu anymore. We still want to be a trio. With Tiff saying, she's like, look, Kenzie is my number one. Q is my other number one. I am merging with the exact people I want to. We're in a good place.
Yes.
We had Siga, which is the Green Tribe, coming back from Tribal. And you've got Mo, who's saying, I was left out of the vote. Yeah, I think I thought I was at the top of the tribe. Now I know I'm at the bottom. Yeah. And everyone's telling her, no, you're still good. We love you. Hey, no one actually wrote your name down. We still like you. Yes. It was just we were wary of her, but we're still going to be Siga strong.
Yeah.
And do you remember what happened at the Orange Tribe before everyone got there?
I'm trying to... Oh, yes. What's his name?
Hunter.
Hunter is trying to get his idol, and he goes and he manages to read it, and the idol is somewhere under the steps.
Or it was the key to the box.
The key to the box.
So he's looking for that.
The key to the box is under the steps. And he goes back to camp, and everybody's sitting at camp. And he's like, how am I going to get this thing? And the time, he has a short time limit. And so you see him sitting on the steps, and he's putting his fingers, and he's trying to reach. And eventually you see him, he's got the key, and he opens a box, and he gets his idol. And then off they go.
Do you remember what was going on in the background when he was looking for the key?
What they saying? What is he?
It was Venus and Soda were talking, and Venus is like, "Hey, so you and I used to be kind of close. Like, we would talk, and then you just dropped me. What is going on here?" And then it's in the background. They're having this conversation as Hunter's like, "Yeah, keep talking. Find the idol." And then Liz comes up like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I guess I'm just sitting here relaxing. Oh man, I forgot something. I'll see it. It was really funny.
She says he needs to get something off the boat.
Oh, maybe that was it. Like he asked her to go. That was it. I think she had said, "I left something at the beach." He's like, "Hey, I'll go get it for you. I can go get my thing." Yeah, he gets it. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh man, it was a nail biter because you know how they make it. Like, is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? And then he got it.
So that means we have... I'm going to try to take stock of the advantages that I can remember. So, from the first episode, Tevin and Maria had extra votes. Maria has since played that vote, but Tevin still has his. Hunter has an idol. Tiffany has an idol. And Green doesn't have their idol because Jem went home with it in her pocket and no one refound it.
Yeah.
There's more likely than not an idol hidden at the beach because usually at a merge, there's an extra advantage hidden. I don't think we've seen like an idol nullifier or a steal a vote. I might be misremembering because I know we've had a few times of people going to play for advantages, but they lose. So I don't think there's any other advantages in play. That sounds about right. But yeah, like now we're merged.
Yeah.
We're in the merge, which to be fair, even in a lot of earlier seasons of Survivor, it's like, congratulations, you're now merged. But not everyone here is going to make the jury. It'll be like one person gets booted and then you're in the jury, maybe a couple people and then the jury. So I don't super mind that. I guess I'll talk about the things I don't like about it, though.
Yeah.
I don't like that if you're all living in one beach and you're all going to tribal together, whether you want to say you're technically merged or not merged, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I don't like half the tribe being immune.
Yeah,
Because this is, it's the merge. Like, this is one of the most pivotal, important points of the series. It's, like, okay, who's vibing together? Who you gonna get rid of? Like, which alliance are you weakening by doing this? Which bonds are being strengthened?
Yeah.
I want everyone to be eligible unless you won immunity.
Yes.
And not, well, half of you are safe, so it's really between these. Because I look at it and go, if this was a regular merge and, you know, everyone was up for elimination, except let's say Hunter won immunity because Hunter is really good at challenges. He's a physical beast. He's a puzzle monster. Let's say he's immune. Maybe Tevin would have been the target because people would have seen, like, hey, like, Nami is a problem. Like, Siga's really close. Nami's really close too, with, you know, the exception of Venus. Maybe Tevin is a huge threat. Maybe we need to take out him instead of, well, half the tribe's immune, so what do we do? Like, that's just me, though.
I mean, I kind of feel the same, too. It even loses the thrill and the excitement, you know, when half is just automatically immune.
Like, I think what I would prefer at this point, if we're gonna do it like this, and then what they've done the last few seasons, and looks like we're getting it again, is everyone is together, but half the tribe is immune. Then we take the now merged tribe, split them up into two. Each of you, one person will be immune. You go to tribal with, like, the 6 of you. You go to tribal with the 6 of you. So we're not even, now that we're merged, we're not all together and having a merge vote. I think at this point, what I would rather they do for these 3 boots is do a tribe swap. So go from, if you're playing with 3, go from 3 into 2 tribes. One tribe wins immunity, the other tribe votes themselves out. Another couple rounds where maybe both tribes do have to go to tribal, or, like, you know, someone gets booted, someone gets booted. Now we just merge with fewer people because we're not really playing merged anyways. Just don't call it the merge yet, but I wouldn't mind a tribe swap. Like, make them have to interact with each other, kind of figure things out. I think they've been doing it with an odd number of people, so maybe one tribe has an extra person. Like, you can figure it out. But just when I see, hey, we're all together, we're merged, but not really. But now we are, merged. But, like, now we are merged, but we're still dividing. Then just do a tribe swap. That's just me. That's my rant. I had to do that rant.
It's a merge. That's not a merge. Yeah.
But do you remember what was going on? Like, what a lot of the conversations and alliances were during this Murgatory?
Well, yeah. I remember when the last episode, so the boys went out. And they came up with, they were going to be the final 4?
Or it was specifically, like, the 3 of us are, like, a really big challenge threats.
Yeah.
We should probably try to keep an eye out for each other, and we'll each try to bring someone in.
Each one will get a partner. So when they did merge, Q was the main one, trying to get the feel of, are we still together? Are we still talking about having these partners?
Yeah.
And then he finds out, is it Tim? Tim has not been honest with him because Tim he gave out, he said Maria?
Yeah.
And Q asks Maria, you know, Tim said, you will be his partner and we'll be a group together. Yeah. And Maria's like, Tim? Tim? Not Tim. And he said, yeah, Tim said. So Q kind of, it's like, I don't think Tim is telling me the truth. And Tim was trying to keep his tribe together. That's all he was trying to do, is keep his tribe together. And then it was just back and forth, you know, trying to find out if that group, if nothing has changed. That's what I thought. You know, Q is going around and was it Q and the guy, what's his name, that got the idol
Hunter?
at the end? And Hunter. They were the 2 that were still trying to figure that out. And Tim was just trying to keep them together, his group together.
because you kind of hit it right on the head. Like, Q was like, all right, I want to make sure if we still have our 6, because that sounds really good. And Hunter's like, yeah, I'm totally on board for that. That's great. I told Tevin. Tevin is in. We are solid. And then Tim's like, yeah, I haven't told Maria yet. What I really like about Tim is, especially in like a lot of the more recent seasons, not just even in the new era, but even as like season 40, we keep seeing how like fast Survivor moves, and they keep talking about like, the game moves so quickly, you think this is what's going on, and then you blink, and then someone else is the target for this odd and odd reason, and Tim's like, I'm just gonna take it my way, I'm gonna have my own pace, I don't want to commit to anything yet, because I really like my Sega strong, but this group of 6 sounds good too. I don't want to commit to them yet, because I don't know how much I trust them, and yeah, I'll tell Maria, and she's like, why? Why are you so slow with it? And I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember what was going on with Venus and Mariah?
Well, to me, so it seemed like Venus and Mariah kind of built a quick friendship somewhere in the background. And it seemed like Venus had decided, let's keep the women together. Let's get the guys out and keep the women together. And Mariah, I think, was trying to convince Venus that she was really not part of the tribe. She was not as popular, so she wasn't a threat. That's what I kind of got.
So what I remember is, as soon as other people come to the beach, Venus goes, oh my god, I can play Survivor now.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying. Like, I thought I had an ally with Soda, and then she dropped me. I had an ally with Randon, and then an act of God took him out of the game. No one in my tribe gives me the time of day, but maybe I can play with other people. And she's talking to Yanu, like, I want to jump ship. I want to be your number 4. Please accept me. Like, I am so excited for this.
She's playing the game.
Like, she's the thing I kind of hate is she's trying and no one will let her.
Yeah.
Because Yanu looks at this and they're not like, this just gives us a 4th person. This is great. Like, we should take her in. They're like, hey, Hunter and Tevin, what do you guys think? Oh, don't trust her. She's a snake. We hate her. We want her gone. And I mean, granted, Q at least is like, I have a thing with Hunter and Tevin, so I want to stick with them. But it's just like, here is someone saying, please take me. I want to play with you. And then like, we're good.
Can read between her lines. I mean, she's very, very smart. And she's got a theme there. Let's get the men out. In tribal council, you heard what she said, but we'll get there. About the kings. About the kings. So I think now she's thinking, if we get the guys out and leave the women in, I have a chance. Because she's really not good when they go to challenges. She's at challenges, she's going on the wings of other people. So I think she's thinking, get these strong people out, and then I might be able to contribute to challenges and get myself up there. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
And
I might be wrong.
The big thing with Mariah is when Sega got to the beach, they were saying, this is who we voted out. It was all unanimous. No one was left out of the vote. Jem was the only person blindsided.
Yeah.
Which was not true, because she was left out of the vote. But she went along with it. And there's even a scene of her with Q walking on the beach. He's like, hey, tell me a little bit more about that. And, it's obvious what he's doing. He's like, let me see if there's any cracks. Is there anything I can exploit? And she does not tell him that, I'm the crack. I'm the one that was on the bottom. I'm the one left out. I'm willing to work with other people because clearly Sega doesn't value me. She's like, nope. Sega's strong.
She sold herself.
And she really did. Herself. And it's like that.
Yeah.
Like, especially, hindsight is 2020. We're like, that right there, if she had told Q, I'm on the bottom, I want to help, I want to jump ship, I think things in the last half of the episode would have been very different.
Yes. Yeah.
But so you wanted to talk about the challenge.
So the challenge, if I remember, what was it? I know they had ended up in mud and had to go.
So if I remember, they split up into 2 teams with one person out, which was Tiffany, and it's like, all right, pick which side you want to win.
Oh, they had
yeah, it was
rocks.
that's right, it was a rock
It was
draw.
a
And it was all the girls except Kenzie on one tribe with Charlie, and all the other boys with Kenzie on the other.
Yes.
And
yes.
the part that killed me is when Jeff is like, all right, so let's look at our tribes. This tribe, and they all just start saying their height. It's like, yeah, like we don't got this. Like, we are so physically underpowered.
Yeah.
Just them doing that, I thought was really funny. But even with that, it was a very close challenge.
Yes.
You know, it was like throw yourselves in the mud and crawl through a net. Then you've got to use these sandbags and use them as platforms. You climb this rope thing, jump and slide down the rope thing, climb the big ball when you're all muddy, and then solve the puzzle.
Yes.
And it did come down to the wire, but the one with all the big dudes won.
Yep.
So they were all immune. Tiff was then immune. And they had a conversation during their reward feast of, all right, like, if we're kind of all together, what do we want to do? Like, Nami, who do you want to throw out from your tribe? Is somebody going to get rid of Venus? Like, please get rid of her. We don't want her.
Yep.
Okay.
And then they were like,
Siga, what do you want to do? We don't. We would really rather not I mean, look, they want to get rid of Venus. Why don't we do that? Like, I think that's a great idea. What a great way to make friends. They're like, hey, you don't want to play ball. That makes us really wary of you. You got to give us someone.
Yep. And then they saw the cracks in the
then they're like, we'll give you Mariah then. Fine. But we don't want to.
Yep.
And it was that vibe of the conversation that really made Yanu go, okay, we have to vote out someone from Siga. Because they've talked about how strong they are. You know, we see them in challenges. They seem like they're very close. They have this good vibe. No one was left out of the vote except the person that went home. They don't want to give up one of their people. We want the people of Nami to stay because they're so fractured. Like, does anyone trust Venus? No, but it also means she's not with them. So they're not a tribe of 5, they're a tribe of 4. And even then, no one seems that close to Liz. And they're like, yeah, there's cracks there. Siga is a rock. We gotta break the rock. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Which, from what we were saying, if Mo was saying at the start, no, like, I'm on the bottom, then them saying, hey, we want to get rid of her.
Yeah.
Maybe they still would have done that. Or they would have said, okay, they're throwing out Mariah. Mariah says, I don't want to work with them. Maybe we shouldn't vote her out. Maybe we should vote someone else. And the only other person from Siga up for elimination was Charlie. No, Maria was too. It's like they could have gone for Maria, or they could have went for Charlie.
Didn't his name come up?
Yes, because that's what was interesting, was Venus saying, hold on. People want to vote Mo because they want to get rid of someone from Green.
Yeah.
What if we get rid of Charlie? Getting rid of Charlie is getting rid of someone from Green, and it seems like he's very well... It seems like he is the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah.
Getting rid of him is just gutting Siga. And the crazy part about this, at least to me, is she's absolutely right. Like, I like Charlie. Like, do I want Charlie to go this early? No. But I'm like, she's on the ball with that.
He was tight with the women, tight with the guys, and Charlie's got a plan. Charlie is sharp. He's got a good plan. You know, so she was right.
But as soon as they heard, it's like, oh, Venus is safe because we're going to vote out Mariah, but Venus is saying, hey, maybe we should do this other thing. That's kind of the better plan. Nope, we can't trust her. What frustrated me, it's how they were phrasing it. It was like, we're giving you an out, but you're not happy with your lot in life. The fact that you're here actively trying to play the game, that's what makes us mad. It was like, that rubbed me the wrong way. It really did. Now, granted, her saying, I want to keep a girl, let's go for the guys, and Q saying, I'm a guy. If you're
Yeah.
actively saying, I want to get rid of the guys, I don't want to work with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Makes total sense. Like, I
Yeah.
totally buy
Yeah.
that. But it was just the way it came across,
Yeah,
too, was...
like, we're doing you a favor.
We're doing you a favor by not voting you out. How dare you come up with another plan that
Yeah.
might be better
How
than
dare
what
you
I
play the
suggested.
game.
It was like that. I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. But then, so what happened next? So they go to tribal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice the faces on tribal? Because it was only one team that had been going to tribal, you know. It was Yanu hadn't been to tribal.
No, Yami's the one that was always going to tribal. It was Nami that had been to tribal.
Yeah, Nami.
And they're all kind of like, whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah.
They were so
They were
excited to
looking
finally
at
go to
was
tribal.
Kids at Christmas, you know, looking at the decorations. And then it quickly changed. You know, like, who is the one going?
Mm-hmm.
And what did Venus say about the kings in the castle?
I don't quite remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the men have the power right now, Jeff. They're the ones with all the power. You know, I think she was trying to point out to the other females, get a guy out. You need to get a guy out, but nobody took it. And I think she's right. I think she's right. Get the guys out. Because now are they even?
I know, I think that, okay, let me see.
Or more guys?
Charlie, Tim, Ben, Q, Hunter, Tevin. So that's 6. And then Kenzie, Tiff, Liz, Soda, Venus, Maria. I think they are even.
Yeah, even. Yeah, okay.
So I think it was more girls than guys, and now
Yeah.
I believe it's even.
Yeah.
And the thing I really remember from Tribal was when Mo was saying, by the way, guys, I'm the Kraken Siga.
Yeah.
Like, no, I was left I was left out of the vote.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get rid of Siga Strong, that's not me.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do something else. And Q saying, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Because this is way too late. It really comes across like, you know you're the target and you're just trying to deflect.
Yeah.
If this was the truth, you should have told me when we were together, we were alone, and I wanted you to be honest.
Yeah.
And she's being honest now, and it was too late.
And then she played
her shot in the dark, and it did not work.
It didn't work, and so...
Now, something I do find is kind of interesting, because like I go on Twitter, like I follow a lot of the people who are actively playing the game in their comments, and something Venus had said was, I told Charlie going into Tribal that Mo was the target. And I told him that so he would, like, I didn't want him to be left out. I knew I had thrown his name out, but it was, you know, to kind of make fix anything between us. And then he wrote my name down. It's like, I extended an olive branch and I just got slapped in the face. Because I'd also seen, like, Charlie say, the reason I wrote her name down is I figured Mo is probably going to play her shot in the dark. Yes. And if it's successful, because if you play it, you don't use your vote.
Yeah.
So in that case, if everyone votes Mo, I don't know who's going home in a revote. Yeah. I don't want it to fall on me. It's like they want to get rid of the Siga. Yeah. So I threw out an extra vote on someone just in case. And I chose Venus. I don't know if he said specifically why he chose Venus, but I'm thinking he probably chose Venus to get rid of someone from Nami. And it's like, this is the other person people wanted to target. Yeah. So I'm not ruffling feathers if I write down Soda and now all of Nami wants me dead. It's like I voted out the person that was the secondary target and just made sure it didn't deflect on me in a revote. Like that makes a lot of sense.
It does. And like I say, Charlie's playing the game. He is playing the game. You know, we shall see, but I think Charlie's going to come out quite far. I really think so. So yeah, I mean, that was Survivor.
That was Survivor, and I usually don't look at like episode titles because normally I think the title of an episode is like a quote from the episode.
Yeah.
But what makes me laugh is I know the title. So the next episode is episode 7.
Yeah.
And the title of the episode is just episode several because Jelinsky and the whole several 7 thing.
Yes,
and I think that's so funny.
Yes. Oh, I also What did Jeff say? Oh, it's the next step when it says the next episode. What did he say? 4 people are going to be voted out.
Or it was 2, because they do that thing where they're going to take the tribe, split them equally. They're all going to do the same challenge. I think normally it is like an endurance thing, but U6 and U6, the last one standing over here is immune, the last one here standing is immune, and whoever is the last one standing between the two of you, your tribe is also going to get a reward. The tribe who gets the reward, I believe, goes to tribal second. And the person that's voted out first will not make the jury. The person that's voted out second will be our first member of the jury.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor.
So it'll be a few days till the next episode, probably another week until we talk about it, and we'll see you then.
Can't wait.
And episode several.
Yes.